Hello, everybody. It's me again. I should be less present on social media and more present with my school. I'm starting soon, very, very soon. I'm so excited, but I also feel like I have to share with you what's going on in my life. As always, it's like a movie. I'm so excited by the program. I cannot believe it. Seriously, I'm advanced in the curriculum right now. All the stuff I'm going to learn about exactly the topic I want to work on: renewable energy, thermal energy, natural selection, plate motion. What else was in my curriculum? Science, Florida. Light waves, the sun, right? The lights of the sun, population and resources. Like literally, I didn't even know the program before I applied for this job. Like, it's crazy how the universe gives you exactly what you need right now for your life. And it's not like someone from my network put this job for me, because it's my neighbor who said, hey, I'm applying to this job and they're asking for people. Do you want to come interview? They just built this school next to my house. Like, if this is not divine intervention, what is it? And it was just the day I was wearing my medallion about Pachamama. Remember, I'm here sent from Peru with the spirit of Pachamama to be the voice of the environment and the spirits and this higher power, right, that is animating all of us. Of course, I'm not the only one, but at least for my journey, I mean, that's, and plus, have to teach once every 10,000 years or whatever. I'm so excited about the program. I was reading all the information, and now I see what's going on right now in the world. Natural selection, what is happening in Guadeloupe. I told you, now there is this poisoning of the water. So I don't know if I have to be, it's always 50-50. A part of you, it's a conspiracy, or they want their revenge on me. They can't reach me, so they're getting to my mom. At the same time, maybe I have to say thank you for protecting my mom, because there are some stuff coming. We both have a feeling that there is a volcano called La Soufrière in Guadeloupe that is going to come to eruption in 2024, or at least that we have a sense of this. At the same time, she's telling me about many people in Guadeloupe who just kill animals, they pollute, they have no education, they don't want to educate themselves. She tried to have her fasting center there, and when she's talking to people, they're kind of like, oh yeah, I fast every day. Like, what do you do for fasting? Oh, I skip breakfast. No, that's not fasting. But anyways, I mean, I'm not, people do whatever they want, but it's always about being teachable. And there, maybe, this has always been done by nature, natural selection, or politicians as well, during Fujimori in Peru, when they sterilized the indigenous women forcefully to reduce poverty, right? This was plan of the poverty reduction program of Alberto Fujimori in the 90s, where they pretending they were going to the jungle to send vaccines, and they were actually sterilizing the women so they couldn't have children anymore, so reducing poverty. That's what's happening with our animals right now. When you go to the vet, they're pro neutering, sterilizations and everything, because there's too many animals that are being abandoned and stuff. So I'm not necessarily for it. Honestly, if I had the money, I would have had both my cat and my dog have babies, because I would like to have a house full of pets. But it costs money, and unfortunately, this is not something I could afford right now. And my kitty cat was really in pain every month, in heat, and I needed to do something. So as heartbreaking as it is, I had to do it, even though I'm not necessarily in favor. Um, but so what's going on in Guadeloupe? If you're reading this and you're in Guadeloupe, get out of there, because there's some stuff that are gonna happen, and there's gonna be some natural selection as well. So thank you for sparing my mother. That was very generous of you. And even though all the rest of the people can just deal with it, that's life. What to do? No, seriously, it's crazy what people do to other people. I think it's a 50-50, you know. You know me, I'm all for death sentence for rapists and criminals, because first, it costs too much money for our governments and the prison to keep feeding those people who just don't want to evolve. And the pro guns and everything violent. So yeah, sometimes maybe I'm violent. You can solve violence by violence. It's a great debate to have. Of course, it's a little weird to talk about this stuff openly. But I wish that people would want to be teachable and instruct themselves. And this is really something that I believe I'm gonna be really good at with the kids in school, and why I feel like it's an honor to work in that school. The team is amazing. So first, being part of a team like that, our director is super smart, and the teachers are so joyful, and so I'm very excited. And then teenager, you know how kids and teenagers they're in school, they don't want to be here, they think they have to learn for the grades. So of course, if you have to learn for the grades, it's annoying. It's like me when I'm like, oh, I have to prepare my classes, man, it's so annoying. But if you see it in a way that you start reading and it's really interesting, you're like, oh my god, the stuff I'm learning, this is so excited, like I can't wait. And honestly, I don't even care if I have learned it before, if I can teach it or not to the kids, because while I'm learning it, I'm so excited. I'm gonna be like, hey, look at this, like you got to learn this. Just I don't know, just most of the stuff even is some very obvious things. For example, thermal energy. I was reading the curriculum. So thermal energy is calculated by the number of molecules in a substance, so water, right? So there was a rule that's super interesting, that thermal energy is additive or dividable, while temperature is not. If you add a water that is 30 degree to a water that is 30 degree, the temperature of the water stays 30 degrees. But if you add water to another container of water that is still the same temperature, the thermal energy augments, because it depends on the mass and the volume of the water. So little things like that actually make sense. More water, more energy. It's like, imagine you have a dam of water, and the pressure of the force, if there is more water, makes more energy. Or if you have kinetic energy in two balls that are rolling, a basketball and a golf ball, and they're rolling at the same speed, which one has the more kinetic energy? The small one, right? Because if it's going the same speed, obviously the small one has to do a lot more rolling and has a lot more energy than the big one. Okay, so it's like a dog. You have a big dog and a small dog. If they're running the same speed, the little dog is using a lot more energy than the big one. So these are very obvious things when you explain them, but what's interesting is to teach them also to verbalize all these concepts and becoming a lot more aware of what's surrounding you, of the elements, and how to manipulate the energy, and all of that. So anyways, I'm super excited. Maybe for some people it sounds boring, I don't know. For me, I like it. So yeah, natural selection, yeah, can't wait. So yeah, reducing poverty. And then another insight about reducing poverty, really, because money is not real. Money is a number on a computer. Dollar bills are papers, printed paper, printed from a federal bank. That essentially is just numbers on a matrix that is not even real. We just make this money in a limited amount and put numbers in your bank account in a way to control you, to have to go to work, to have to comply with the system, to have to be complying into those capitalism system and everything, you know. So why don't we distribute to everybody? Because the resources are limited. Resources are limited. So even if everybody was rich, how could we then provide in this amount to each person in the world? Because everybody would want to buy so much amount of food. So this is when values come into place, because we can have enough resources for everybody if we have less time at work, more time to make our own garden. You make your own garden, you're growing your own food. Then you have your own resources. Then learning to stop over consuming. When I see there's some people that just buy stupid stuff, like I know my previous stepdad, he likes an artist, instead of buying the one CD, he's buying like the entire collection, like the whole thing. Or he's buying a pair of shoes, he's gonna buy the pair of shoes in all the different colors. Or it's just like some people are just obsessive buyers. Or even right now, for example, my curriculum, all the curriculum is on the computer. It's annoying for me because I have to be on a screen all day. I prefer 10 times being in front of a book, but at the same time, it's a lot better for the environment that they don't print all these books that you're going to use once for your one lesson, and then you're not going to reuse the lesson for the rest of the year, right? I mean, it's debatable, of course, books. Personally, I kept my school books until I moved here in the US. I still have some of my school books. I kept all these books. It's not like I used them once and I never reused them. Anyway, so you see, teaching the values of not over consuming and creating more resources. Then if you're taught, educated about recycling and pollution, then the land is more fertile and you're able to grow more, to grow. This is essentially, we need to grow, you know, to build oxygen and resources. So you see, this is a circle. This is a circle. If the people want to have more wealth and abundance, they need to make the effort of stop polluting. And yes, you go to Guadeloupe or some places, you are new people that be in a car with someone and they drink and they just throw their water bottle out the window. And I would be like in shock, like, this is real? Like, people do that? Like, there are still people who actually do that. And actually, that was my cousin who died really young. And I mean, I loved her and everything, but then I was like, maybe some stuff happened to certain people because it's a return of karma as well, you know? So don't get me wrong, there's stuff that happened to really good people as well who don't deserve it, you know? Not everything is a revenge from life and God is here to punish you, but I don't think there is a God Almighty that is here to punish you, but I do believe that there is instant karma, and I believe that your own consciousness also, and then it's your life path. Some people have a life path to die early, and it's written like that because they have somewhere else to go, and whatever. So anyways, you see, abundance, poverty, it's a 50-50. And I believe in Guadeloupe there's a lot of people that are using the French allocations, government helps, so helping, not being too costly for the system. I don't know, there's just some practices, guys. I mean, we complain about the government, some stuff are unacceptable, and some actions from the people are unacceptable as well. It's a 50-50. So if we want to all grow in unity, then we all have to make our part. It's like the people who complain about me complaining. Well, had you helped me provide and not being in a state of stress for the past 3 years, I would have had a lot of better attitude, same as I had in the beginning, than now that I'm ready to punch everything, right? It's a 50-50. So yes, I am grateful. I had a lot of support, and I was heard, and I was protected, but that didn't pay my bills, guys. The stress of not paying my bills and seeing my art disappear, and that was very stressful, and seeing all the potential that my book has, and honestly, I see all the communication that's coming now thanks to what we've been doing for the past few years. That's amazing. That is priceless. This is why I put everything for free. I don't care about making a lot of money. All I was asking is to pay my bills, right? And maybe $1 million to just buy my house and free my ex, and be able to hire people and live in abundance, so we could ripple that good vibes and this abundance. But I guess one part of my journey as well is because of my character. Maybe there's already too many people that love life and think everything is perfect. Maybe my role, because I'm good at yelling at everybody, maybe this is also why I'm struggling a little bit, because I need to keep doing what I'm good at, and stuff that people don't dare saying. I don't care. If your actions are perfect, then you don't have anything to fear. Or if you're not perfect but you have good intentions, if you're not a criminal, you don't have anything to fear. Yeah, maybe we argue sometimes, but this is part of life. So you see, don't be ashamed of your character either. You're here for a reason, everything that happens. Anyways, just wanted to say hi and tell my friends in Guadeloupe to check yourselves and educate around you. It's tough when people don't want to learn. Just like for this Second Amendment of the Constitution, I've said it already, what's going to happen the day we revoke the Second Amendment. You're going to have all the rednecks outside in the street shooting their guns to show who's the boss and who's in the right to own their gun. But, so yeah, that's why it's got to be progressive, and starting profiling those people who have guns and blocking the access and everything. But at the same time, I would say just make it illegal, like in every country in the world. And those who are not happy and who want to shoot things outside, then they deserve to be in prison. Not people who smoke weed and are here happy, hugging everybody, tree huggers. Gosh, seriously? All right, that was my little rant for today. Hope you have a great weekend. I was talking about immune system today. So my son Esteban is sick. It's crazy. As soon as I posted about the immune system, his teacher called me. Hey, your son is sick. He's got a fever. Can you come get him? So you see, we really manifest what we talk about. At the same time, I don't want to live in fear of everything I say just because I'm scared. I want to say what I have to say, and yeah, we're going to build his immune system. But I made him a tea my secret recipe: thyme, lemon, ginger, honey, and propolis. It's a pollen concentrate from bees, right? It's very strong. So you mix some of that with the tea. It's really good for the immune system. It comes from the bees. So of course. Otherwise, echinacea is very good as well with no alcohol. So yeah, we're gonna try to deal with that one without going to the doctor with natural remedies, unless it gets really bad. So yeah, take care of yourselves, everybody. Take care of your kids. Protect yourself. Wear little crystals and whatever you think spirit that's around you to guide you and protect you. Okay, have a good day, everybody.